Hi guys, welcome to the channel. Welcome in if you're new and welcome back if you're returning. My name is Steph and today I wanted to share with you a belated December 2025 month in review and an early January 2026 month in review, and I'll get into the reasoning behind that momentarily. I wanted to share with you here my very last finish of last year. This is called A Dragon's Christmas. The artist is Flossy Fox Shop, who traditionally makes cross stitch patterns, and gave the pattern to Jade over at Jaded Gem Shop so that she could actually render this as a diamond painting. And I've been really enjoying these Flossy Fox kits. I do have a few others in my stash, and I'm actually currently working on one technically, so it is a whip. But as you can see here, this was a lot of fun. There was so many crystals that were charted in here. The glimmer drills are really pretty placements. This is just a fun little kit to work on, especially it was right after, the holidays. In my logbook here, I can share with you, I started it on December 29th and I ended it on December 30th. So it was only like a 2-day finish that I had right before the new year. The materials were great. The rendering, as expected, with a cross-stitch conversion project from Flossy Fox was just absolutely fantastic. The special drills were a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun to work on this. The render was great. And it was my last canvas of the year to finish. This little logbook, by the way, is my finished logbook, and it is also from Jaded Gem Shop. She sells these on her website. And then here, I don't have them for all of them, but I have a little thermal printer, and I try to get the original image and print a little picture here. It's nothing that, it's not like a super high quality image, but it's just enough for me to look at it and go, oh yeah, I remember that one. And I do this because my regular logbook I keep is where I put all my stuff in right away, and I work out of my logbook when I'm working on the kit itself. But this is sort of like a really fun way, just a little snippet of information about the kits and the projects that I've worked on. And I actually in here changed under shop. You can see I wrote location. Originally it's project number, month, year, all time. I don't do that. I put location and then I put what logbook it is. So this one's in logbook 4 and page 250. So that if I want to go and see like any of the stickers, the sticker sheet, the more details, any special images or stickers, or even the finish photo, which that's something I need to do. I need to take a picture of this finished, and then I put it in the logbook that I'm actually working on. So that's what this is. And it does tell me that this is, I wrote up here a page number, so this is actually my 55th diamond painting project. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. The next finish I have from 2025 is so big that I actually can't get it on the desk here in screen. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take you down to the floor where I have it set out so I can kind of go through the canvas with you. But I do want to share with you what it is here. As you can see, I don't have that picture out. This is going to be Eternal Spring from Diamond Art Club and Six Leaf Clover Studios, or Christina Yen. It was a big one. It was 69.9 centimeters by 89.9 centimeters, okay? And just as a comparison, this is a 20 by 20 centimeters, okay? So this is, Eternal Spring was huge. It was 95 colors, 3 fairy dust, 3 ABs, Diamond Art Club. I started it on October 26th of 2025, and I finished it almost exactly 2 months later, December 28th of 2025. It has great glue. The render was incredible. The drills were really great. I didn't say there's really any room for improvement. And I will show you more details about this canvas in a minute, and we'll go to that right now. Alrighty guys, so as you can see, we are off the table. I am looking at my first finish of December 2025. This is Eternal Spring by Christina Yen and Diamond Art Club. Lots of details. She's huge. 69.9 centimeters by 89.9. The sparkle is insane. It's hard to show it to you without it completely getting lost in the sparkle, but it has been so much fun to hang this one up in my living room. All the details in the tree there. This one was a lot of fun to work on. It was complicated. There is a lot of confetti in this. That is why it looks so amazing. I don't pretend that I love either confetti or color blocking. I truly do like a mix, but I'm not going to pretend and say that it didn't take me a long time, because there was some parts of this canvas where I just kind of had to power through it. But then I did have some nice little surprises, like this guy right here. When I was done painting him, I had no idea who that was. He was just this little bird. So this piece turned out absolutely stunning. Would I do it again? Yes, in a heartbeat. The confetti, the time you put into this, it is so worth it. And that's my knee. But as you can see, these cute little faces of these little like hiding dragons here and here. I didn't even realize this was one, I think, until I finished it. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over here. I just love that. And then the mom, she just looks so beautiful. Let's see. That's right. Okay. I put a little glimmer gel right there. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. The pops of pink were really cool, and everything turned out really nice. Like I said, there were times where it felt kind of like a slog because of all the confetti and just big areas of like landscapiness, but honestly, I absolutely loved it, because I'd be working on a row, it'd start off with like this green and this gray and like this green, and what's this green gonna be this time? Then all of a sudden, boom, there's like grays and purples and mauves, and then back to the brown, and what's that gonna be? And then these beautiful pops of like these bright greens and teals. So anyway, I highly recommend this one. If you're even slightly interested in this piece, you gotta go for it. Christina Yen's pieces are a lot of fun to work on, and I say that having this only been the second piece I've worked on, but I'm going to touch more on that in my what's coming for January 2026, so kind of stay tuned and look forward to that. But yeah, so what I'll do now is I'll bring you back up to the table, and we'll finish basically the whip parade. Hey guys, I totally forgot to share this whip with you. This is something I started in January, and as you can see, it's only small amounts have been filled out. This is a temperature project. I did diamond paint the background of the bottles in here, and what this is something I'll explain in a future video. This is the Diamond Art Studio UK's temperature project that I'm doing for 2026. It's just our cover minder. Don't worry, it's not a real lizard. I'm using this as a homeschool project with my son. So keeping into learning about weather systems and temperatures and all of that. We keep track over here. We use a certain airport, and I keep what we're going to do for that. And then here he goes through and writes this down. We do that together, and then I pull out the drills and we diamond paint the bottles. So I've only done the first few days of January. When we come back from our trip, we will be finishing up this shelf, and this last bottle on here will have something special added because it's his dad's birthday. So I just wanted to share that with you. It is a shelf per month. So this is January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, and December. So yeah, so that's kind of new for this year. Never done one of these before, but it looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. We're tracking the highs and the lows for the day, the actual highs and the actual lows. So we're not doing it based on like predictions. So that's why we kind of have to wait for the month to finish to do the last day, but we kind of got a little bit of a head start, and I look forward to sharing this with you on our next month in review. Okay guys, I am back, and what I want to do is show you progress on other projects that I've been working on or that are sort of on hold. So this is the other Flossy Fox Shop kit that I mentioned. This was a stitch along from last year and it ended January 11th. So just about 9 days ago or so, we got the rest of the image, and Flossy Fox released this in sections to work on, so that's why I don't have the whole thing here. I have seen the finished piece, so it's no longer a mystery for me. I'm quite a bit far behind on this, but it is absolutely adorable and stunning. I cannot wait to work on this one. Actually, I think it's gonna be really fun to work on in the spring, because it's literally called like Spring Meadow. And I think this stitch along actually started in the fall, if I remember correctly, like August maybe, or September it was announced. I don't remember. So it's kind of funny. It was kind of like off for the year, but I'm enjoying gonna be finishing this one in the spring this year. It's adorable. So this is a cross stitch conversion project. That is why you see all these squares. The materials are from Jaded Gem Shop, who again worked with Flossy Fox to create the materials perfectly for this stitch along. It was a diamond painting along for me. So yeah, but this project is actually what really got me into the idea that, you know what, maybe I can try cross stitching. So that'll be another whip I'll talk about in a minute, but I did want to share my progress with this one. And then since I finished those other kits and I came up with a plan for what I want to do for 2026, I'm going to have a separate video about that. I decided the next thing I wanted to work on was this. And so as you can see, I have made quite a bit of progress on this kit. Now unfortunately, this kit you cannot get anymore. Enabler's Outpost, who created the kit and the materials and licensed this image from the artist, the Colorful Cat Studio on Etsy, unfortunately, Enabler's Outpost has shut down in terms of what it offers for diamond paintings. They do still turn pens and blanks and all of that, but they had to shut down their diamond painting part, which is really sad and unfortunate. I have 4 other kits by this artist and this shop. She is one of my favorite artists. I am debating on whether or not I should show those and unbox those kits on the channel, because eventually they will be worked on. But at this point, because I can no longer get them, they are in what some people call their rainy day stash. This piece in particular was very special to me. It was my very first Enabler's Outpost kit, and I actually found Enabler's Outpost because I found the artist first, and I contacted her and I asked her if I could have permission to use this as a diamond painting, and she told me to go to Enabler's Outpost because they were already making and selling kits with her art in them. So I did just that, and Elizabeth and Edward made this into a diamond painting kit. It released Black Friday 2024. It was the first thing I bought from them, I believe. And yeah, because I didn't buy pens until later, but they do great pen turning as well. Anyway, long story short, I have this kit and it is going to be going up on my wall. We have a paddle border here. I got to finish her up. I was a little iffy on some of the details, like in her skin and her hair, but this is a watercolor done rendered piece, and it is turning out really cool. Some of the color choices in here, I was like, oh man, I don't know. But when you look at the actual image from Colorful Cat Studio, it is watercolor. Watercolor is a lot of confetti. Sometimes the colors change in ways you wouldn't expect, and I absolutely love that for this piece because it's primarily water, it's like you're seeing through the water. And I absolutely love that. So I finished the little baby here. He's so cute. And then Mama. And then I'm just kind of finishing off this part here. I think the last time I showed this piece, I'd only worked on like this section and a little bit over here. So yeah, so I did finish the trees up here. So I do have quite a bit more on this piece to go, as you can see. But manatees, guys. I'll definitely be happy and excited to be working on this guy. I'll probably, once this is done, I'll probably go over here, finish the confetti up here and do the sky, and then I'll kind of save this part for last. So this is really my absolute favorite piece right now. I'm super excited to be working on this one and finishing it this year. It took all too long for me to work on it last year, but there's reasons for that, but also, you know, life and all of that. So everything's going great with it. I just have to keep working on it, which I have. The other whips I have that are in storage, the R2D2 cross stitch conversion, I'm not going to pull him out right now, but I have not touched him. Safe to say, he's not been worked on, but I have a plan. And also my Love at its Darkest cross stitch conversion project, I also have not touched that one and pulled that one out. That one is an extremely long-term whip, and again, I will talk about that in the future for what holds there in another video. But the other thing I wanted to share with you is some other adjacent crafts. So I'm learning how to cross stitch, and this is a piece that I'm working on called Toad Ghoul Terrarium. And I actually was able to finish this little side of these guys. I worked on the letters, and then I kind of started on this tree, and I messed up a lot on the tree. And I kind of had to like fudge this a little bit, this line. I messed up, guys, but I frogged this. That's what they call when you remove the stitches so many times. And I'm like, you know what? It's tree. It's different colors of brown. Like, it's gonna be fine, you know. So on these things, I was like, this is cool to get my first like monster in here. So this has been a lot of fun. The fabric is from, I think, Black Dahlia Fabrics on Etsy. The pattern is from Noctiflora Designs. Honestly, this would be a lot of fun to do as a diamond painting. I'm really excited to keep working on it. And so that's how far I got. So did make a lot of progress on that. But the other project I don't have here to share with you, and I didn't share it last time, but it was kind of this thing I started trying to crochet in the summer 2025 for my son. It's a Skaldrin crochet dragon plushie from How to Train Your Dragon. And it got complicated last summer, and I got a little burned out, and I've since made a lot of progress. But my son has him, he's floating around, so I'll be working on him too. But those are just kind of the projects that I have coming up. January, this is kind of my progress for January, because we are leaving to go out of state tomorrow, and we're going to be gone until the beginning of February. So, I do have some videos going up and such in that time, but that's why I won't be able to bring these projects. I don't want to bring any of my whips with me. Oh, the other whip I have is I did get to work on some of the mini dazzles from one of these sets. Let me see if I can pull it out here. Here's my little mini dazzle binder. I totally forgot about this. Sorry. I put the finished and unfinished ones in here, so I got to work on the months of the year. I'd already had this one done, but I did work on and finished this one. This is supposed to be June or July. This is supposed to be July. And then this is June. I worked on and finished this one. And this is, was that one supposed to be March? July, June, May, because camping, I don't know, these kind of like blur. I'm like, which one's which? March, April, I don't know. And then I already had this one done, so I did get quite a few of these done. This one was sort of like I had been working on it, but I finished it. And then I had this one I did, so I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I did make some progress on 6 of my minis. So I could bring these with me, but yeah, I don't feel like doing that. And these are my sushi minis from Jade. I never showed these on the channel, but they were done a long time ago. But yeah, I have lots of good choices. Fun things coming up here. I know March Mini Madness is right around the corner, so I know a lot of us are going to participate in that event. Anyway, so a little bit of mini dazzles. Didn't actually finish a kit, but those are my whips going into February 2026. So, yeah, I'm curious to know what you guys think of some of these projects, and if you guys have worked on any of them. What did you finish for the end of last year? What did you finish in January? Even though we're technically not finished with January yet, but we will be, right? Soon. So I'm curious to hear from you guys what you guys are working on, and all of these ideas for, like, what you want to do for next year, and all these do you make goals and plans and stuff like that for the year, for your crafting stuff, or do you do other crafts? What do you like to do? So anyways, that's all I got for you for this month in review, for December and January, or sort of early month in review. Let me know what you guys are working on, and if there's anything you guys like to see, let me know. Other than that, I hope you guys are having fun. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.